It's Benjamin Harding with Harding Piano Services, 215-701-4652, hardingpianoservices.com. And on today's episode, I want to talk a little bit about what is a pitch raise. Why is it called a pitch raise or a pitch correction? Well, it's usually called a pitch raise because we have to raise the pitch generally across the piano. Why? Well, let's get into it. So piano technicians use a term of measurement called cents, and you guessed it, 100 cents. 100 cents is equal to 1/2 step in a well-tempered tuning system. So 100 cents equals 1 semitone or 1/2 step for us Americans. And so when we measure your piano, we are looking to see if it's generally within pitch to about 9 or 11 cents. So let's just go with 10. Let's just go with 10 cents. Generally speaking, across the piano, if your piano is off by 10 cents or more, it's going to need a pitch correction. So what is that? Well, that's when a piano technician is going to adjust the tension on the strings from the lowest note to the highest note. In your piano, there's probably between 20,000 and 30,000 pounds of pressure on the plate or that cast iron frame that you see inside your upright piano or your grand piano. There's a lot of pressure on that plate, and so when we're releasing tension or we're bringing tension up a certain amount, you're gonna find that it affects the whole piano. It's like torquing the whole instrument, 20,000 pounds of pressure wise. So that's why we need to go through and carefully raise the pitch so as to bring it to a manageable pitch. So a pitch raise, let's say, is we raise the pitch a little bit higher to where the piano should be so that the rest of the piano begins to stabilize. When we tune, stabilization is the name of the game, okay? So when we're tuning and adjusting tons of pressure on the plate of your instrument with the strings wrapping around hitch pins and tied up and looped around your tuning pins, there's a lot going on there that needs to be adjusted. And so we raise the pitch in the bass above where it needs to be and go through the treble section all the way to the top, and that begins to stabilize your instrument. And then we go back and we tune it within the appropriate range that it needs to be. Okay, so the pitch raise takes time. It takes time to go through all 88 keys, which roughly equals about 233 strings, and we go through and we raise all of those strings. You're raising the tension on the plate of the instrument, which affects everything. So that begins to settle, and then we're able to go back and fine tune your instrument. Your piano is going to stay in tune longer with fine adjustments. And in a previous video, I recommended that you have your piano tuned at least twice a year. Some folks, for a variety of reasons, just want to tune their piano once a year. What I'm going to suggest is that the more you have your technician tune your piano with fine adjustments, the more stable your piano is going to be. the chances are your piano is going to remain in tune for longer periods of time because the tension isn't so radically being adjusted. It's being adjusted minimally. So that's what a pitch raise is. What if your technician doesn't do a pitch raise when your piano is off by 10 cents or more? Your piano is going to go immediately out of tune when they are finished. This I know for a fact, that if your technician doesn't do a pitch raise and raises your pitch in the scope of a one tuning to A440, your piano is going to go immediately out of tune, especially when it comes to the unisons, or when two strings need to sound the same pitch, or when three strings need to sound the same pitch. Your piano is going to go immediately out of tune because it's adjusting all of those tension points and all of those points of contact that are in the piano. Well, thanks for tuning in. I'm Benjamin Harding with HardingPianoServices.com. Look forward to meeting you soon. Bye-bye.